y'all, today's video is about the Creole lentil soup. It is cold. Yesterday was 70 degrees. Today it's 35. I mean, welcome to Florida. You know, in an hour it'll change. But we're going down into the 20s again tonight. So soup sounds good. Let's get to it. To save a little bit of time, I went ahead and got my water boiling. We'll get to that in just a second. I got 2 quarts of water in there. Then you're going to need 1 cup of lentils, 1 bay leaf, 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of red and green bell peppers, 2 teaspoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons, I'm telling you a story. 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of flour, an onion, some salt and some pepper, and I'm going to put my soup on some jasmine rice, and in my soup I'm going to put a teaspoon of sugar. And y'all know, if you've watched any of my older videos, that I always put veggies in the freezer in season. That way I have them through the winter and I don't have to worry about it. If I can grow it, great. If I don't, I buy it so that I have it when it's not so expensive. So today, my celery and my peppers were in my freezer, and they're not cut the way I need them. They need to be diced really fine. So I'm gonna have to break out my processor, which y'all rarely see because I rarely use it. Okay, before I get started with that processor, my water is boiling. I'm going to add those lentils. I'm going to add a teaspoon and a half of salt. And half my teaspoon and a half of salt. And my bay leaf, my 1 bay leaf. I'm going to mix that salt into the water, put my lid back on it, and turn it off. We're going to let it sit there and let those lentils soak up that water for 30 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to just add my peppers, the red and green peppers, and my 1 cup of celery. And let's give it a whirl. And I'm just going to pulse it. I don't want to pulverize them, but I do want them small, small dice. And no way could I do that with them frozen with my knife. I mean, I guess I could, but this is so much easier. Okay, now I got cut an onion. I really probably don't have to run my onion through the processor because I can cut that fine enough, or as fine as I want it. You can if you want to. It's up to you. I'm making a mess. Right, here we go. See, I can do that pretty fine, just like it is. I don't really need the processor for the onion. But since those vegetables were frozen, that made it kind of difficult. And this dish is a vegetarian dish. You know, if that matters to you, if you want to do like a meatless Monday or something, this would be one to do. Because you could have lentils and rice, and I'm just going to serve it with crusty bread. And I probably hadn't said it in a while, but y'all, save your onions. You bought and paid for that. That makes the best broth. Doesn't matter if you're making chicken broth, beef broth, veggie broth. Save your leftover veggies, the ends off of celery, the ends off of broccoli, the ends off of your onions, whatever you got. throw it in a bag, throw it in the freezer, and make you a big pot of broth. Okay, now while my beans are still soaking, I'm going to get a medium flame in this fry pan. Now that my pan's nice and warm, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter and let that melt. Okay, my butter's melted. In, hear that little sizzle. In go my onions. And in go those celery and bell pepper. There we go. See how nice and fine that is? There you go. There is your Trinity right there. And we're just going to let those soften a little bit. And while my veggies are sauteing and my lentils are soaking, I'm good for a few minutes. Okay, now if you're a carnivore, you can absolutely add some andouille sausage or some smoked ham, some leftover chicken. I mean, it really is up to you if you want to put meat in it. But today, we're going to shoot for meatless. Okay, my veggies are ready. My 30 minutes is up on my lentils. All right, so I'm going to move this pan off the eye, move this one back on it, just on that medium heat that I cooked that with. I'm going to drop my veggies in there. Now we're going to put 2 teaspoons of sugar. We're going to give all that a good stir. Okay, and at this time, I'm going to take that bay leaf out. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 45 minutes, and then we'll check it. All right, my soup is ready now, almost. Now, that flour I showed you, you needed 2 tablespoons of flour. I got about 3 or 4 tablespoons of water in this cup. And we're going to make a little slurry. And mix that so we don't have any lumps. Okay, I don't have any lumps in my flour, and now I'm going to take that 2 tablespoons of ketchup I told you needed, and we're going to put that in there in the little cup with our slurry. And we're going to give that a good little mix right on into that slurry. Then we're going to take a spoon, and we're going to pour that right on in. We're going to get the rest, all of that goodness in there. And then we're just going to let it simmer for another 2 minutes or so. That's all, because it is ready to go. All right, my jasmine rice is, oh, I love the smell of jasmine rice. It is so nutty. And I added a couple of tablespoons of butter just because we love our rice buttered. Now we're going to plate up that soup. Or bowl up. We're going to bowl up that soup. I'm going to put a little rice in the bottom. Put our soup on top.
Really good. It really is good. What you got to go with it?
Yeah, I'll probably have to make Randy some hay on that.
No, I'll be okay. I'm just messing with her. But that buttered bread is real good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Can you tell? Okay.
Yeah, you about ate it all.